don't be afraid to go after what you want in life. Don't let don't let people down talk you out of your dreams. Because when you get talked out of your dreams, you're basically shortchanging yourself. What's happening, peoples? This is your boy Blaze from Venomous Reactions, and welcome to Autism Chronicles 4. Now, as we close out on Autism Awareness Month, I thought I'd do I, I guess you could say like a bit of a recap of everything I discussed in my previous segments involving the Autism Chronicles, but just bring about just bring about the perspective of creativity, as I discussed in the last segment. Now, for creativity, don't be afraid to explore your creative side, whether it be in music or art or any form of expression. Now, as I learned over the years, that creativity, no matter what it is a way of communicating communicating all sorts of emotions. And I've learned that with creativity, it brings about a whole new light that people never know you had. So when it boils down to it, being creative is a form of communication. So don't be afraid to communicate those emotions that you're feeling each and every day. And if it turns out to be your passion, go for it. Because life has shown us is that time is very, very critical and precious. Even now, so more than ever. So use it wisely and use it to your fullest extent. And that's a true statement. Now, for a bit of a recap. Now, when you're speaking about you being autistic or having autism, don't be afraid to share your story with other people, because there are some people that's actually in your corner and it's actually supportive if you share bits and pieces of your life. Like, don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to show that vulnerable side of you. But also under the same breath, don't let the people abuse that vulnerability, because once you do, that just opens the floodgates for any and everybody to come into your life and your circle and your general circumference to basically take advantage. So don't allow that to commence. Now, if you have like issues with like opening up to people that's closest to you, which is understandable. I mean, honestly, I had that same fear of opening up to like people that's closest to me about my autism. But later on in life, I felt like if I don't share my story, people won't understand me. And the more I share my story, the more people understood like what I went through and how I came about coping and just dealing with it. Now, like I said, if you have like issues like opening up to like people that's closest to you, they do have resources out there for that. I mean, there are countless like websites based on autism. And if if you feel free of like sharing your story with them, go for it. Because everybody deserves to have a little bit of inspiration in their life. And who knows? Who knows what might happen? If you share your story, you might inspire somebody. So you never know who may be listening or who is willing to open their ears and just absorb everything. So if you guys want me to, matter of fact, not even if you want me to, but I can leave like a list of all the sites that's dedicated to autism. And it doesn't matter what age group you're in, feel free to check them out. Now, I'm gonna close out this final piece of Autism Chronicles with just a few inspiring words. It's okay to be unique. That just shows that you're basically one of a kind. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And also under the same breath, be yourself. Just simply that, just be yourself. And it just boils down to how people will receive it, but you don't have to waste your life being a copy. Because being a copy of someone else takes a whole lot more energy than what you realize. And that's just real. And finally, don't be afraid to go after what you want in life. Don't let people down talk you out of your dreams. Because when you get talked out of your dreams, you're basically shortchanging yourself. And and I really have no other inspiring words to say except I hope the inspiring words that I did say, I really hope they really stick into the back of your mind. And that concludes Autism Chronicles. Up until next year. So, thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for all the positive feedback. Because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to share my story and share my perspective of autism as a whole. So, you guys are the real MVPs, and that's just real. And thank you all for tuning in to all four segments of Autism Chronicles. And this is your boy Blaze saying Chuck the Deuce. And I'll see y'all with more content. All right, y'all. I'm out.